Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, riveting, and amazing Propagandacast with me, host Imperial Dane, the one and only Master Propaganda. Off here to a 1v1 on Taranto Coastline in the south of Reakly, fighting here for the British Empire, the Commonwealth, taking on the role of the 78th Infantry Division, backed up by stout British armour. The double Samuel Sergeant in the northeast stands Havoc, fighting for the Deutsche Corps, the Wehrmacht, here with the 29th Panzer Grenadier, shown here with a bike Panzer Grenadier start here, sets out here to counter the Allied advance. As always, a big hearty thanks to my patron support, without whom their generous and lovely support the Propagandacast would not be possible, so big thanks there. Other people can join like Patreon. Links in the description. Obviously, comment, like, share, subscribe, helps out immensely in keeping the YouTube, more interested in my video and spreading it out there to other people. So, we got double sapper section here for Reakly to push ahead here for the British Empire. Sten Guns Mark II, also colloquially known as the Plumber's Special. Well, colloquially, just, jokingly known as that, as it was a very easy, simple, and cheap to make submachine gun. A result of the British at the onset of World War II realizing they didn't actually have any submachine guns. They didn't actually think there was, really that important, and suddenly they had to, make them, and they couldn't really get them from the Americans because the Americans didn't like the Brits, so they just owned the Thompson at a high premium. So they sort of had to figure out their own initiative. They just straight up copied the German MP-28 that was known as the Lancaster. Actually, I think it was the Lanchester. That was only interested by the Navy, so they had a bunch of those, but they still need something even cheaper to make, and so they came up with the Sten gun, which is just a more simplified version of the Lanchester. Fun facts there. It also has a fun side fact, could use, German 9mm parabellum because of that, and it also fit with German magazines. So it actually was a private trophy weapon by German troops because, they could just easily use their own magazines for it. So logistically, it was very easy to handle. Anyways, Panzer's at the ready, Sapsman forwards here. Northern punchman grabbed by the bike, Panzer moving forwards, steady as she goes. In fact, I believe they in some cases apparently entire German Fallschirmjäger units being just running around with Sten guns. So, section moving eastwards here, two sappers, things are heating up here, sappers pushing forwards there. Carnot, TK, bolt action after the Sten guns, do have an MD joining in the fun here, but the Panzers are definitely in a bit of a sour position here, as Reakly now pulls in from all angles in this position. Havoc, they aren't able to support the Panzers for long here, is forced to withdraw here, rather than its losses, of course. Two casualties down, and the rest of the squad, it's not looking great either with little health here, so they're going to be less combat effective for future engagements until he gets some healing out. We do have the light support company up here, so fairly fast tier 1 here from Havoc. Some players might commit more heavily, but Havoc is definitely not one of those gentlemen. Panzer Puny here with his advancing section up north, sappers bypassing, only to find themselves right on top of a mine, the Schützenmine. And of course, got the bike joining in, third section out for Reakly. Far south here, we got the Panzer moving in here, and looks like they hit a mine as well. So both sides there running in some mine issues. Panzer being overwhelmed here as Reakly puts up the pressure here. Up north, Saps almost got the fuel point. Rough start here for Havoc. Panzer Pioneer down to just Port Otto, as he's quickly forced to withdraw here in the face of the inexorable British advance. Panzer is being sent northwards here. We got an MD-34 there for Havoc. Maschinengewehr 34, very much expected. Bike versus section, and there we go. Early grenades. Havoc didn't see that one coming and suffers pretty much a lost bike here. Very fast grenade research, and the thing is, most British players really don't bother with the grenade package, so when you do use it, you can really catch your opponent off guard because of that. But there you go, MD-34 to the rescue, and the bike actually somehow survives that. That is some absurd luck there for Havoc. I'm sure just the corporal there is shouting at us, how on earth are you not hitting this bloody thing? It's a tub with Germans in it. Hit it. Oh, we're trying, sir. We're trying, sir. We haven't had afternoon tea. It's morning. Exactly. Panzer is heading up, and machining back continuing support here. There you go, section of the flank being caught though by the MD-34, but we got a rifle grenade here, again, really causing problems here for Havoc. The grenade package is really providing Reakly here with a bit of a tactical edge here in the early game that I don't think Havoc is really ready for. But there you go, Havoc gets his own tactical advantage as the the bike there gets veteran to one. Sappers being pushed back here, could theoretically land a wipe here if the bike targets them and there's cracks them and there's enough troops nearby to maybe do damage. No, Doesn't happen. Fortune there for Reakly. Men being pushed back here. We got the platoon command post up for Reakly. Over to Havoc here, who has yet to pick a battle group. We got 2 Panzer Grenadiers, the MG34, the Panzer Pioneer, and of course the bike. Quick mines there from Havoc, very good. All victory points, almost control of the British Empire as well. MG34 team there hauling to the front line. Bag of base here, section setting out. Reinforcement healing all around here. We got flamethrowers as well for Reakly. Meanwhile, the Panzer Pioneer, they're busy digging in the Schützenmine, Schweinvierzig. Grabbing the southern point here with a bike. Machine gun team moving up. Hauling up those boxes of MG34 ammo. Northern point seized. Bit of quiet here again before the storm once more breaks open. So he's going to make a push for the center here. The Panzer's there. We'll have the MG34 covering the flank here, which means you'd be completely staffed. There you go. Sections has been caught up in MG34. Back repositioning. Panzer as well here. Troops suppressed here as the MG34 lets loose. And we got a flak feeling here for Havoc. An excellent choice. Very potent at the moment. Probably a bit too good. But at the same time, going to be one of the things that keeps the DAK even remotely in the game here. Up north here, Panzer being set up on by the sappers moving forward with the number 2 flamethrower here, also known as the live buoy. Section here being caught in a bit of a pickle. Gonna have to retreat soon here. There we go. Section suppressed. Machine gun getting flanked again. The rifle grenades really are giving Reakly's sections some serious reach. Again, if you're not used to your opponents doing that with the British, you're definitely going to be caught a bit off guard. And thing is, again, most British players really don't bother that much. Ambulance filling up here for Havoc. Flak feeling out there. Need to get that northern victory point back as well. Here we got the flak feeling being hauled forwards there. Panzer was being pursued by sections and sappers. Turning around there with the 4 guns and ripping loose here into the section of the sappers. Section forced to withdraw here with the bike as well here. Havoc stabilizing a bit more. Ambulance almost done, and he's certainly got some men in dire need of an ambulance. Meanwhile, for Reakly, we got the Humber armored car here. Bit of a rare sign, particularly as the DAK, because the Stewart is just much better. Not to say that the Humber is bad at all, it's just the Stewart is better. And we got the Italian infantry here from Havoc. Straight to designate defensive line and the registered artillery ability here. Reinforcing healing, getting ready here. Flak feeling, repositioning a bit here. With, of course, the Flak 38 flak feeling there mounted on the back of the truck. Panzers there also withdrawn. We got MG34s. Smart move there. Obviously, once they get healed up here. As the DAK, you do have to be very smart about preserving your manpower. That also means you really do your best to keep them, like, topped up in terms of health in as many situations as possible. And there you go. Humber deploying smoke here. Thumbs up to Reakly. Could, in fact, be one of the reasons he actually did go for the Humber. It's a nice combat unit that provides him with a steady source of smoke screens without having to go for a mortar. But there you go, Panzer is pushing forwards. Don't think we've got grenades here for Havoc though, so at least Reakly's Humber is safe there from getting humbled. Pack 38 here. No, cancel it for Panzerjägers instead here. MG34 dealing with the flanking sapper section here. Flak feeling dealing with the sappers. We got anti-tank rifles up there. For Reakly, the boys anti-tank rifle, we got the bite, they're based in northwest, even as Reakly is being sucked into the south here. Panzerjägers moving forwards here, and Havoc continues to push the advantage here. Humber is being, well, perforated there by the flak feeling. Section being met as well there by intense fire. Heavy damage being inflicted to Reakly and the 78th Infantry Division. And now the Humber's theoretically a bit cut off here. There's no support here, so right now Havoc could try and push in after it. Admittedly a bit risky, but if he were to do it, it could actually pay, and it pays off. It would be huge here for Havoc, but no, doesn't quite happen fast enough. Reakly, though, quickly sneaking up here behind Havoc's front line, goes straight for the fuel point, messing there with the opponent's fuel economy. Excellent work. Flak feeling there being fixed up. Machining give out. Panzerjägers pushing northwards here. Bike joining in. Setting up the machine to cover the center. We got Panzer Grenadiers being forward here. Another MG34 here for Havoc. Flak feeling there being hauled forwards. And there you go. Humber sneaks in a few hits. And there you go. Section pulls off. Bike back on the job. And there you go. Section going to retreat right through this gauntlet of heavy German automatic fire. Bloody hell, Jeremy, I thought you said you mapped out the retreat route. I did on this napkin. Oh, It's all smudged. Anyway, Sap's pushing to the Panzer Grenadiers here. Pushing for the flak filling here. Reakly sends an opportunity there again. Good use of the Humber smoke here over to Reakly. Panzer is pushing in and trying to get a wipe on those Sappers. Can Havoc get the wipe? No, he can't. Tank Hunter section. Sappers moving up here. Up north. Flak filling being put back for repairs. And we got the first Crusader anti-aircraft tank out here for Reakly. No big surprise there. We got the 250s about to get knocked up. Panzerjäger's popping out there as well. Almost got the 250. Meanwhile here, Humber diving in. Panzer pushing up. North here, Flak filling at the ready. Bike pushing northwards, straight into the base here. Really bad situation there for Havoc. He's only got the Panzerjägers. No Panzerabwehrkanonen, but he is going for one. Might see some tear gas round here to, cause the Crusaders to slightly reconsider. Meanwhile here, fighting still is happening elsewhere. Havoc is able to manage both this and all the other elements here fairly well here, though it's obviously far from easy here for Havoc. Panzer being pushed back here. 2 squads in low health. Crusader in the retreat path. Pack 38 ready here finally. Panzerjäger's pushing in as well here. Panzer Grenadier at high risk of getting wiped out here. Can Havoc save them? The answer to that is 9. But can he get the Crusader here? Almost had it, and he gets it! That is definitely very good here for Havoc. Bit painful there for Reakly. He did get up Panzer Grenadier score, but losing his tank like that is gonna hurt a fair bit. Flak feeling rip into the Sappers. Back hit reinforcing healing. Well, not healing. The ambulance is a bit too far away from them to be able to do that. Yeah, Pack 38 there definitely gives Havoc further a bit of oomph here versus enemy armor and vehicles. With the Panzerabwehrkanone 38. Panzer is pushing southwards. And for the Deutsches Abwehrkorps, the other primary anti-tank gun would have been the Pack 36R, which was basically just a Soviet anti-tank gun converted to using Pack 40 ammunition. Not quite as good as a Pack 40, but pretty close. In the south here, Saps running to the Panzer... Saps in with the advancing Panzers. They didn't pay attention. We've got mines here. This could get ugly for Havoc. And up here we got smoke again. Like, he's really making use of the Humber smoke barrage in a way I think most players never really bother. So 2 thumbs up. That's actually some pretty solid smoke usage of it. Meanwhile, back in Havoc's base, we got the Panzer Commando. He is definitely planning here for a Panther III as soon as possible. Not that I fault him. And meanwhile, though, Reakly here with another Crusader anti-aircraft tank. But Havoc is definitely in a precarious position. He's still with his back against the wall. He has managed some pushback against Reakly so far. But Reakly managed to push back Havoc fairly well in return here. And overall continues to enjoy a fairly solid edge. But there you go. Crusader again caught here with the Pack 38. Panzerjägers flak filling nearby here. Panzer Peony being assailed from several sides. Almost all of the fuel right now is also under the control of Reakly here. Further, I think, adding to the less than great position here for Havoc at the moment. Panzer Commando almost done. Flak filling, Pack 38 pushing for the southern victory point. Back at base, not much here. No training either for Reakly. It's not as of yet. And there you go, grabbing the final fuel point here. Havoc's position is anything but ideal. And there you go, the bike finally goes down, having hit a mine. Flak filling there spotted by the Crusader, but takes out one of the sapper sections. Panzerjägers then engaging. White tear gas round team. We got the arm pistol rounds. Pack 38 here, almost taking out the Crusader anti-aircraft tank. Can he get the final shot in here? No. Crusader narrowly escapes that, but the flak filling escapes with, well, next to no health left. Otto, how are things up there? I don't know how this thing keeps driving. I'm fairly certain the engine should be dead at this point. Hell, I should. You say something? 9-9, everything is working. German technology is the greatest. Yeah, that's what I thought. Vickers on the way there for Reakly. Humber tank section up here. Need to fix up the flak fill and get going. Nicely dodging that Wrath grenade here. 414 with 1547. Section pushed back here. Panzerjägers engaging there. Flak filling moving up here. Oh, that section could go down here. Could go down. That would be very helpful if Havoc course. Yeah, looking like that's going to be a wipe unless Reakly has some insane luck. And he did not. So that does hurt Reakly there. Starting to run up infantry a bit here versus the Germans. Section here definitely also need to be careful. That building is crumbling fast under the heavy fire of the Flak feeling. There we go. Forced withdraw here. Don't think Havoc's going to be able to score a wipe on that one. No, it's a Havoc. We got Guastatori. Ooh. Some Italian assault engineers here, which were actually fairly formidable elite troops in the Second World War. That's a secondary fun fact, but the Italian paratroopers would have their own Guastatori. So there you go, almost got the Vickers here with the Flak feeling. Crusader though moving in, again giving here Havoc a hard time. Up north, Guastatori there. No flamethrowers, but at the same time they could just pop a smoke grenade here until they're done, I guess. Flak feeling could also be up to assist in the south. Crusader continues to pierce through Havoc's southern lines. Pack 30 turning around to deal with it, or at least try to deal with it. North here, yeah, Flak moving up here. He's going to try and just deal with that section. If Reakly isn't paying attention, that could cost him dearly. Quickly. There you go. Forced away here. Heavy fire from both the Guastatoris, M38 Berettas, and the Flak feeling. Panzer being in pursuit. Pack 30 turn around here. Going for another wipe here on Havoc. Looking very likely here. Flak filming up here, there we go. Wipe the Panzer Pioneer. Great wipe here. We got the armor piercing rounds though. Messing up the Crusader anti-aircraft tank inside of his base here. Doesn't quite stun it, but certainly slows down a lot of what the Crusader anti-aircraft do there. Go firing into the rear here. Pack 30. Getting outmaneuvered. He's used attack moves so the Humber could actually mess there with it. Panzerjäger's out here. This is an absolute mess here. Ambulance in trouble, Flak feeling in trouble, Panzerjäger's moving in here, Humber clearing out the Pack 38. Devastating damage there, go recruit the Pack 38. And the Flak feeling he is escaping up the stairs from the Crusader anti-aircraft tank. Panzerjäger's in pursuit here, half tank hanging back. Ambulance did not get wrecked here by Reakly. That is some reasonable light there for Havoc. He is closing in on the Panzer III though. But the situation is certainly anything but ideal. Tech's moving Crusader tank as well here. Panzer's moving up here. Flak feeling down. Oh no. We got here heavy fires fighting as well there. 6-pounder gun out there for Reakly. Crusader anti-aircraft tank in a bit of an awkward spot, perhaps. Havoc at least managed to regain some of the fuel, meaning he can certainly get closer to that Panzer III now. And I'd say for Havoc right now, a lot is hinging on that Panzer III. They're turning the tide. Almost got here, the Crusader, though. Can he catch it? I don't think he can, though. He's trying his best, but the terrain is definitely making it hard even for the infantry to catch up with it. Unless, of course, the pathing slightly betrays Reakly, but Havoc is not going to hit to try and figure that out. Not that I fault him. The Panzer is in such low health, like, you know, miscalculation that could cost him. So, he can go for the Panzer III now. He could, of course, also already figure, you know what? I may have to worry about something bigger than a Crusader anti-aircraft tank and already go for the Flak 36. We'll, of course, have to see what Havoc does here. The potential is something he has to keep in mind there. More Panzerjägers moving up here. In fact, half of all his infantry currently is Panzerjägers. Ambulance heavily damaged. There we go. Panzer III for Havoc. North here, Vickers at the ready. Guastatori sneaking about there. You got the Humber engaging the Panzer gun. Is low on health though, very low on health. Tank on the section moving forwards. That Humber's really just been amazing here for Reakly. Certainly, I think a good highlight as to what a well-handled Humber can do in the right player's hands. So thumbs up to that. Meanwhile, Panzer III has finally arrived here for Havoc. And the 29th Panzer Grenadier to be shown here. That could definitely give Reakly a bit more of a headache, though, of course. He does have 2 anti-tank guns here, so Havoc, of course, needs to be mindful of that. There you go, Humber takes the direct hit here. Panzer is joining in, almost got it. Anti-tank so could take out his Panzer III here if he's not careful. Close call on that Panzer III. Supremely close call. Very lucky there for Havoc, actually. Up north here, British forces are being rebuffed here. Could try and grab a bit more up north. Crusader here being repaired. Humber pushing up towards that as well there. And of course, already now, Havoc's Panzer III is in dire need of a pit stop. Continue to advance up north here. Panzerjäger Guastatori moving up. We got mines here. Note he's laying down telemines. 2 thumbs up. Very strong anti-tank mines. And certainly in current circumstances, what, Reakly is tossing at him, a Telemine or 2 in the right place could definitely do a lot here to keep, Havoc in the game. Panzer Pioneer on the way, very good. Oh! Rubbish luck there, got spotted right as the Telemine got finished. You couldn't, cancel it, so there's just, 50 munitions straight down the toilet. Meanwhile, Reakly there is moments away from a Churchill Black Prince in the south here. Panzer is hitting a mine. More mines going off here. Anti-tanks they're trying to pursue here. Panzerjägers there are in a wild ride there. Through the back alleys of Taranto, back roads. Humber pulling in as well here. Mein Gott, Otto, watch where you're driving! There we go. Panzerjägers there may not make it back home for Bratwurst. Push up in the south here with 2 sections remaining under Reakly's command. There we go, he can't go for the Black Prince now. The Panzerjägers are about to meet a rather nasty end here. No Black Prince yet though, bit surprised. Maybe he's just too caught up in other things. Panzer they're being overwhelmed. We got 371 was 294. There we go, Black Prince available for Reakly. At that point, Havoc is going to need a Flak 36 because his Panzer III is only going to struggle heavily with it. He can't easily also go for, Martyrs either, so a Flak 36 is probably Havoc's best bet right now to stabilize versus the Black Prince. Of course, we'll have to see if he goes for it or not, but Flak 36 would definitely be my recommendation here. So, Panzer III with Guastatoide support, almost taking out one of Reakly's sections. 78th Infantry Division launches assault here on Havoc strong point by the Sun Vector point, which is fairly exposed here. No heavy carry with the machine gun, just a few shrubberies. And Reakly's just moving up most of his equipment here. Crusader, Humber, and of course the Black Prince. Panzer III spotting the monstrosity there and is quick to withdraw from that particular engagement. We got a light infantry gun out for Havoc. Nice artillery, of course, versus the infantry and support weapons, but not exactly known for its tank busting capabilities. Panzer Pioneer there in some very hot water. Panzerjägers there firing a few shots in here in the south. Guastatoide catching both the anti-tankers here. This is a big oops here for Reakly. I mean, if you can sort of grab them, that'd be huge, of course, here for Havoc. That said, we got the Crusader, we got the Hummer wing in it to exactly prevent that, so not quite any luck there. Oh, it's up north here, bit of skirmishing. Panzer with the sappers. No Flak 36 still. Anything else in terms of anti-tank gunnage. And Reakly, of course, is rapidly moving into a crew here. Does one risk, of course, his opponent getting back those anti-tank guns. We got more sappers for Reakly. Great shots on the Humber, but not enough. Panzer III, they're being fixed up. Slowly but steadily here for the 29th Panzer Grenadier Division MD-34 moving up here. Oh, good shot on the Panzerjägers. Less good for Havoc. As he watches his men get, well, turn into fine vapor. Crusader and Churchill move here. Machine gun there getting pulverized. And nothing is going to be left of them at this rate. They're fine mist. There we go. There we go. Flak 36. I was pretty much just waiting for that one to drop here in a sense because I really couldn't imagine Havoc under current circumstances going for anything but a Flak 36 here versus Reakly's Black Prince and all the other stuff here. Mine goes off there on the Black Crusader here. Clearly a heavy anti-tank mine. That's definitely great here for Havoc. You can sort of send in the Panzer to deal with that fast. He should actually be in a fairly decent position. Not great, but not terrible either. Like, getting rid of that one, not putting out hitting ace load would be pretty helpful here for Havoc. He's trying, but obviously it's not making the job easy for Havoc. But there you go. Got it. Big help here. Flak 36, they're caught in a bit of a bad spot. Humber that takes it from the Panzer III. So yeah, Flak 36 brought up is definitely going to be a big help here for Havoc versus the British tanks and any theoretical British aircraft as well, I suppose. There we go. The Flak 36, was more commonly known as the Flak 88. Reinforcing healing. That definitely going to make things tough here for Havoc's Black Prince. Moving up north, or Reakly's Black Prince. Up north here, Havoc's grabbing Northern Point. Very good here. Like one thing go for now is a howitzer, but the question is, would a howitzer really be that much help for him? Maybe? I don't know. Anyways, Flak 36 at the ready. Like 10 funds like a schutz. Plus the Totem moving up to lay down Samek. They're going to fire from the Black Prince. And the Flak 36 is not close enough to actually help them. Plus we got that vacancy here from Reakly as well. I think he's going to have to withdraw the Guastatore here. He's probably just looking to at least run to the point neutral here. Northern point reclaimed here by the British. We've got the Panzers here. We've got the Humber moving in to assist here. Reakly's Recce section dealing with those bloody Germans. In the south here, we got the Panzers up. They got the Flak 36 being brought into position. MD 34 as well here. No repositioning again. And we got Armoured Reserves. Havoc going for the big guns now. At least just some Stoogs. I think a pair of Stoogs, maybe a Panzer IV could also help. They're probably going to try and go for the Tiger here. Not they're falling for that. Flak 36 they got up here. Good spot, I think. Truce being caught here with the MD 34. Flak 36 turning around it. And there you go. Great shot on the Black Prince here. 88mm shell there. Slams into the side of it. So that definitely sends a bit of signal here to Reakly now. Bit of a signal. And of course just gives Havoc something to, you know, push back the Black Prince with.
Attention, we have Tiger heavy tanks available to us.
So there you go. Armoured Reserves unlocked. Tiger tank's going to take a bit of a while, but again, he could also just go for, say, a Panzer IV Sword Group, or say a pair of Stoogs. That could also provide him with a fair armoured backbone here versus Reakly now. We'll pulse up to see what he does. Panzer getting hit by the anti-tank guns. Ooh, lost it. Great kill here for Reakly, but definitely painful blow for Havoc at this moment. It's like he's trying to figure out what he's going to do with the Flak 36. Of course, one thing he theoretically could do is, like, you know, go for a recovery vehicle, but I think with, you know, this being lined up, he's probably not going to try and start recovering Reakly's equipment. More Telemines being prepared here by Havoc. Thumbs up. Very good work. Up north, their Recce section probing the German rear lines. The few Panzerjägers at the east are being sent in to deal with that.
Proximity alarm near our capture point.
Quiet. We'll have to see what he's... We'll go for in the end. Meanwhile, as for Reakly, we're not seeing any further tech. We're actually getting the Bishop, though, in response to the Flak 36. Tank section flanking up here. Nice flank here by Reakly. We got... Yeah, that's the artillery loader here as well. Which, coinciding with this, means Havoc can't just easily just drive away with a Flak 36 because the tank hunter section just cleared out. So he needs to deal with them first before then sending in the truck to try and get the Flak 36 away. Almost got the tank hunter section here. Machine gun needs to get out of there before the loader deals with it. Light gun cleared out. Big win there for Havoc. Or for Reakly, I mean, not for Havoc. Anything but a big win for Havoc, in fact. We got the Saps coming up here with the Black Prince. The sick entertainment and support here. Flak 36 trying to deal with the Black Prince. Gonna have to brave with the artillery fire here. Not looking great though for Havoc. Reakly's Black Prince, those definitely all seen better days. Moving in the truck here. Veterans E1 on the truck. Black Prince pushed back against Sappers of the MD-34. Flak is getting, well, the crew pulverized, if not straight up deleted. Up north here, German troops taking advantage of the chaos by the holding action in the south here to actually push up northwards. Thumbs up to Havoc. Reakly with the Bishop. Humber there. Braves the Flak 36, takes a massive hit and survives that. Good lord, did they hit us with a house? No, just a Flak 88. Closing in there on whatever's planned there. Throwing off the Flak 36 as the Bishop there lines up some shots here with its 25-pounder gun. Nice save there, but there you go. More troops moving up here, flanking the likes of some Infantry Schutz. Guastatore the counter-attacking here as the tank on the sections. Match 2 here, no flamethrowers, and there you go. Radius Artillery almost takes out Reakly's machine crew. In fact, no! One man survives with as little health as possible. Counter-impressive. Guasatoro, though, continues to rip through the British infantry with the M38 Berettas there. A very excellent submachine. There we go! Doesn't take out the machine gun, but the men retreating through it get caught and taken out. Impressive. There you go, Flak recruit. At this rate, he might actually be able to go for the Tiger tank. Oh, to Reakly. We got 245, 241 here. Havoc, though, is doing quite well on the rest of the map here. Reakly, meanwhile, feels a bit more confined in how he plays. This is good for Havoc then pushing back in terms of map control. If Reakly's just tunnel missioning on this part of the map here. So if Havoc is smart, just keeps up pressure up here, maybe lays down a few mines, he could very well win this. He's actually gone for double bishops. What on earth? That is a lot of self-propelled artillery. Yeah, the bishop was a bit of an interesting artillery piece based on the Valentine tank. It didn't actually have like a lot of elevation to the gun, so it didn't have a lot of effective range unless like they dug up ramps or found some natural part of terrain where it could just, you know, tilt the gun further upwards. This would eventually, of course, lead them towards the Sexton. As well, they initially did well for the priest by the Americans. It did use the 100-pounder gun rather than the 25-pounder gun, and they preferred the 25-pounder gun. Humbled everything to the retreating Panzer Grenadier. Black Prince on the move here. 173 here versus 241. Flak 36 on the move again here for Havoc. Northeast sappers rolling into town there. Got 165 versus 241 here. Guasatoro taking hit from the Black Prince here. Flak 36 heading up. Not entirely sure that's the best position for it, to be honest. Guasatoro, they may want to pop a smoke grenade if they can. They're getting devastated. There you go. 25-pounder guns from the bishops, delivering a high explosive sound there to Havoc's units there. And there we go. We got the artillery load as well. I think Havoc just needs to get out of there before it's too late. Oh dear, that might in fact just be too late now. Oh yeah, he could. Oh, he got stuck there. I think that was a bit of an unintended consequence there. Right as he sort of towed up, the crew got cleared out. Other way though, huge blow to Havoc. Lost a machine gun, lost a truck, lost a Flak 36. He's rushing in the ambulance, which is like, you know, just adding to the bad situation. Good God. That's just a disaster here for Havoc. Nothing short of a disaster. Flak, machine gun, several trucks just left burning. Do get a bit of artillery from the light tips and Infantry shirts, but Havoc is in a really bad place there now. I mean, he was in the, I would say, fairly decent one, but these losses, they do not envy Havoc the current situation, that's for sure. He's not out of it yet, though. I mean, Havoc is a pretty persistent and tough player. Meanwhile, Reakly is going for another bishop. Is he there to elect a new pope, or is he there to fight the Germans? Anyways, Guasatoro pushing northwards. Got the Panzerjägers busy. Closing in on what I imagine is a Tiger tank here for him. Humber racing northwards into the Panzerjägers at the east level. Get the drop there with an ambush. 154 to 221. Havoc still has the lead here with Reakly, in terms of victory points at least. In other respects, Havoc's lead is definitely looking a lot less there. And the Guasatore almost meet an ultimate end here. And we got the third bishop out. I've yet to see that many bishops in any match, let alone in a 1v1 match, but here we are. Yeah, Havoc, I imagine, is at this point just saving up here. There we go. Tiger out. So, of course, he's still going to need infantry and other stuff here. He also needs to be, like, smart about engaging the Tiger. If he just drives straight into here, I think the Tiger's going to have very, very limited of a lifespan. He is just going to get hit by all the anti-tank guns and the Black Prince, but never mind the possibility of the bishops firing at it with a direct fire ability. But I think if he pulls off a good flank, he just pushes northwards here, trying to force Reakly into the north here. I think that would actually be really good for the Tiger tank. He could leverage his strengths much better, and I think make it much harder for Reakly just to like leverage his advantage in return. But there you go, base getting hammered here by the bishops there. Oh, he's gonna go for it. Oh, definitely not the ideal, I think, direction to take the Tiger here, though. I think Havoc slightly catching on to that as well here. Wow, every shot on the missed of bounds. That, oh, Tiger also bounced off the Black Prince, but still, that was kind of impressive to watch. Definitely one of those things I do enjoy in Company 3. Armor actually matters more, where in Code 2, just, you know, pair of anti-tanks would pretty much penetrate everything. Sorry about that. Bit surprised that he keeps committing the Tiger tank here, you know. Don't think this is an ideal situation for this Tiger tank to be in for long. Up northeast, Saps bring up into the Panzer with the ace level MD-34. Car 90Ks and a lot of experience here, plus the veteran squad here forcing back the Sappers with ease. We got 112 to 221. I mean, Havoc has a really strong lead here, but tactically, I do think he's suffering a bit from tunnel vision as how to deal with this. Like, he needs to, like, flank around here, catch it from another angle. Even, like, try and stick up here, catch the, you know, bishops from another angle they're not expecting. North here, Humber there, harassing the Panzers there. We got Panzers there, sneaking up here, close to the Black Prince. Bit of tear gas rounds here. German artillery under heavy fire from all the bishops, as Reakly is back delivering a sermon over to Havoc. He's got barely anything left, actually. He's got an infantry gun, some Guastatoria, the Panzers, the Panzers, and the Tiger tank. I mean, I think he's actually at risk of losing the Panzers if the Humber here if he's not careful. He ain't got Sappers now moving in here. I think Havoc might have slightly lost some of his Panzer Grenadiers. Oh, he does retreat them now. That's always something. Tiga's heading out. Yeah, Guastatoria direct hit here from the Black Prince. Tiger tank gets a good shot there in. Still got Manfred into tank guns. Panzers moving up here. Vickers ripping into the advancing Panzers here. Tiger tanks bouncing off a lot of shots. But also gets at least one shot bounce, but most of the shots will get through. Up north, Sappers bypassing everything to go for the northern victory point. We've got 221 versus 87. Reakly is definitely struggling in terms of map control and victory points. Again, part of that is just down to his like heavy focus on this particular piece of terrain, which again is where I think if just Havoc could just send the Tiger tank northward to help control the north side, I think he would be in a much better position now. But oh well. That said, he's going to need more infantry and, you know, preferably some more tanks down the road. Great artillery saying the day a bit here. Mines going off as well somewhere. He's actually destroying his own bishop. I think Reakly has realized that 3 might be one too many here, and he's trying to just... I don't know. Oh, he could also just, like, take up and just withdraw and refit it. I mean, in fact, can't he just withdraw that one? Okay, I guess he can't have his own refit ability there. Yeah, a bit of an awkward spot there for Reakly. So yeah, as the British were going to just call back the unit instead of wrecking it like that. Tiga here versus Sappers, 203 versus 87. Guastatoria here versus the Black Prince and the Bishop at like close range here. Smoke deployed, but I don't think it's going to be enough at this point. Not with the Bishop just firing high explosive range near point blank range. Meanwhile, Tiga now sneaking in from the north, engaging the Sappers with extreme anger. Panzers are going for a flank, though lacking any significant anti-tank weapons. Hell, even in a snare. I'm not entirely sure what Havoc is hoping to achieve with this, to be honest. Except, I think, getting his Panzers there wiped. Tiga flanking in there. But there's the anti-tankers on the flank of the Tiger tank. This is dangerous for the Tiger tank because the frontal armor is strong, obviously. The rear armor is not particularly heavily armored. Even the side armor is like more achievably penetrable by the anti-tank guns. You got 198 versus 87. Havoc still has the victory point lead, but in a lot of other respects, he does have less of a lead here versus Reakly. Less of a lead. More Sappers out, which is, I guess, why the Bishop had to be destroyed there. Maybe the crew was discovered drinking coffee rather than tea, I don't know. Anyways, Tiga moving up here. Veterans one opening up, of course, for the S-mine launches. Sappers heading northwards. Bit of quiet here. And the Humber, by the way, is still alive. That has been an amazing Humber here, by the way, for Reakly. Back to Reakly. Speaking of the devil.
Buckle up, gents. We're down to 100 points.
Black Prince on the move here. And I feel like Havoc just needs to focus more on the north himself. Like, Reakly has always shown himself to be less keen on that. So if Havoc just keeps pressure up there and tries to bait Reakly into, like, less productive engagements there, I think he'd do a lot better, in particular with his Tiger tank. But his insistence of just saying the Tiger tank towards him, Reakly is, like, you know, most focused, most concentrated, where his presence is clearly the most fiercest, and clearly the fight will benefit Reakly the most. I don't think Havoc is really leveraging his resources the most effectively there, to be honest. Ross Shore, they're caught up northwest here. Humber versus the Panzers, they need to withdraw here. Panzer's moving in. Tiger, they takes a side hit there up north. Sections moving in, Sappers moving in. Line of gun keeps flying away here. We got more Bishop fire on it. Panzer's pushing back the Humber. We got Sappers moving in, and Havoc is forced to withdraw here. We got 87 versus 183. Line of gun somehow continued to survive here. There we go. It continued to survive until it didn't. And of course, Havoc, having lost the ambulance, also has now another issue, which is he's got a lot of troops that are also in need of healing very badly. Otherwise, they're going to further drain him of manpower. So Havoc is like in an extra awkward position. Part of this, again, is just, I think, this termination is now himself suffering on this particular, you know, slice of terrain. We'll have to see what Havoc does next, but he definitely, I think, needs to, like, just kind of let Reakly have this for now and just try and push northwards, gain control of the north here. Troy moving in, but there you go, till it called in, I think, by Reakly. Caught the German advance, and we got a Panzer IV with assault grenadiers. Wunderbar. Meanwhile, the Tiger's pushing forwards here. Sappers section in deep trouble. Almost got the section. Does it? No, he doesn't get them, but the Sappers could go down here.
Heavy machine gun has been deployed.
No, does he get them? No. Meanwhile, Panzer falling northwards. Panzer's moving out as well here. 87 is on the 14. Panzer is advancing, catching the 6-pounder. Oh, the Pak 38 here and the 6-pounder. But we got the Vickers on the job here, ready to halt that move. Need to withdraw those Panzers soon, and I do think he still needs an ambulance, to be honest. Panda 4 drives straight ahead here, straight for the victory point. Tiger could move to support here. Guasatori, though, are in an immense need of healing. Like, most of these men are barely alive. Panda 4, they're engaging the Vickers crew there. Meanwhile, Sappers flanking are being met with the Ace Panzerjägers. 6-pounder gun there, and Pak 38 joining in now on the Panda 4. The Sappers are being met with absolute daredevil maneuvers here, but the assault grenadiers backed up with the Panda 4. Almost taking out the Humber moving up. Tiger moving in here. Black Prince on the move. And again, Reakly now has to position his units more awkwardly to deal with Havoc here, which definitely gives, I think, Havoc more openings versus Reakly. Assault grenadiers still being pushed forwards, but I think a bit much here as the Ace Humbers like just doing nasty work to them. Could pop a smoke grenade here, but he needs to retreat now otherwise. Tiger tank versus the Black Prince Ace. Assault gun is down. Guasatori about to go down. Got 85 versus 91. Oh, he's going to lose them. So much infantry lost here for Havoc. No, one man lives. Panda 4 counterattacking. Tiger joining in the circus here. And the Panzerjägers finally went down. Going for the Western Victory Point. We got Rage still called in by Havoc on Reakly's men.
75 points remaining.
75 as 91, 74. The battle continues to hang in a very precarious balance here. Tiger setting southwards. And Reakly is finally committing more force north here. Sappers are being lined up here. Sending in with a Black Prince to claim that northwestern victory point. But now Havoc could then push for the southern victory point. There's actually nothing defending against a Tiger tank here. The Bishops could be in trouble.
We're losing a victory point to enemy.
There we go. Machine crew wiped out. He even popped the S-mine launchers just in case the gun missed. British artillery in dire straits here. Artillery called in here. Panzers gustatoriuming forwards. Almost got the other machine gun. Sectioning. Very bad places there. 61 versus 91. Tiger, though, getting flanked by the 6-pounder gun. Grabbing the Vickers. Got the bishops also firing on the point. No, not grabbing the Vickers. Need to retreat those gustatori, though. Black Prince again. We got 56 versus 91. Going for the 6-pounder gun with the gustatori. Tiger moving in. Veteran T2. Good shot there. Black Prince gets off an even better shot. Tiger's in deep shizer. And it's down. But he gets a 6-pounder gun. Panzer is about to go wiped out. We got 47 versus 91. Down they go. At this point, Havoc has got...
We have command points ready.
Well, he's got the 2 gustatori there. That's all he has. Everything else is just dead.
We're in it now. The battle is in your favor, Commandant. 50 points remain.
And he still keeps fighting. No idea here what Havoc is having to achieve here.
Gustatori killed at the
Yeah, he's got nothing left now. There we go. GG. Game over. An absolutely crazy fight here on Taranto Coastline. Havoc was really close, but I do think he definitely made some bad calls here. Like, again, know what happened once it drew Reakly northward. Suddenly, this was much more chill. Imagine, like, he hadn't, like, ground himself previously through these engagements there, and then, like, managed to draw and then pushed in. I think Havoc would have been in a much better position, but still an absolutely intense fight here with some wild twists and turns here from both sides. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment, all that sort of stuff. Tell your friends, tell your family. And of course, as always, you can support the Propagandacast by donating or pledging on Patreon. Links in the description. This is Imperial Cheers, and see you all tomorrow for another episode. Bye, everyone.